Hello, Mr. Enriquez. This is Frank Collins. What can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Collins. My name is Xavier Enriquez, as you know, and I work with a French law firm called Ch4 and Partners. I am ringing you on the recommendation of Bob Marshall, a U.S. lawyer who works with our firm here in France.
Ah, Bob, how is he doing over there in France? We were in university together.
He's doing very well, thank you, and asked me to give you his regards. In fact, the reason I am calling you is because we have a client here in France, Arnaud Dupont, who agreed to act as an agent for a U.S. company and signed an agency agreement to that effect. However, despite having secured numerous sales, the U.S. company has refused to pay him the commissions he is owed.
What is the name of the U.S. company?
Just give me a second to look at the file. They are called Teeny Bopper Inc. It is a company incorporated in the state of Delaware, and they sell fashion accessories for the teenage girl market.
And your client was appointed as an agent for their products in France?
Yes, that is right. He was in fact appointed as an exclusive agent for the French territory.
And briefly, what were the terms of remuneration?
Well, under the agreement, Mr. Dupont was to receive 5% of net income resulting from all teeny bopper sales on the French market.
And from your understanding of the agreement, would you say that Mr. Dupont was acting as an independent agent or not?
I don't fully understand. Could you repeat the question?
Sorry, looking at the terms of the agreement between Mr. Dupont and the teeny bopper, do you think Mr. Dupont was working as a separate legal entity independent of Teeny Bopper, or was he actually working for them as an employee or representative?
Well, I would have to look at the agreement more closely to answer that.
Okay, I presume you're ringing me because the applicable law in the contract is US law?
Yes, the applicable law is Californian state law. In fact, I'm not very clear on this. Does the fact that the law of California applies to the agreement mean that US federal law does not apply to the agreement?
Each individual state has jurisdiction over the area of contract law, and so in this agreement we will primarily be governed by the agency rules of the state of California, unless of course there is applicable federal law on the matter.
Well, I guess we need your help then.
Okay, why don't you send me a copy of the agreement and any correspondence you have between Teeny Bopper and Mr. Dupont, as soon as you can. I am in court all this week, and so my cousin James will be dealing with it. From our side, we will do a company search on Teeny Bopper and try and find out exactly who they are.
I will try to have the contract sent to you by this evening. Would you be able to get back to me with your first impressions in 2 days' time? That way I can have something to tell the client.
That shouldn't be a problem. Once we've had a look, James will give you a call. And he can also talk about fees at that time as well.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Collins.
Please call me Frank.
Thanks, Frank. And please call me Xavier.
Okay, Xavier. James will ring you at this time in 2 days to give you our first impression of Mr. Dupont's legal position.
Wonderful.
Goodbye, Xavier.
Goodbye, Frank.